Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton, and now we're going to be covering the pro qualifying round of the playoff tournament. So number one, thank you for clicking on the video. Definitely means a lot to me. I'm coming at you on my wife's birthday, so she's been very kind to allow me to get this done this morning before we go about our day. If you'd like to buy her a drink at dinner tonight, you can definitely do so. Check out the comments section for a link to PayPal. I know she would definitely appreciate it. But let's talk about the tournament, all right? Minus 16. I mean, we're going to take it for sure. This is a more difficult tournament, so I keep getting in this path, though, where I'm crushing qualifying and then falling on my face, either in the next round or the final round. So I wish I could save these rounds for later, you know what I mean? But regardless, I'm really happy with the score, obviously. We're doing our best that we can, or I'm doing my best that I can to get you good content. So if you like my work, please become a subscriber. It would mean a lot to me. Also, please take a moment to hit the thumbs up button before you leave the video. And if you'd like to become a member to the channel, check out the description below. All right, let's go, baby. Hole number one, 10% at max. We're taking a Titan here. That's all that we need because of the nice little tailwind that we're getting. You could definitely play this with a katana as well. But I do like the Titan here, as I'm able to take this at 10% at max. And you're going to see here I'm going with 6 top spin, 2 bars of side spin to the left. 6 top, 2 left. My setup point is most of my orange ring in the rough. Well, I guess really halfway. Half in the rough, half on the fairway. Then we make this a 10% pull at max. Notice here I'm using baby left curl. Perfect ball. And we up the fairway very nicely, okay? Takes us in for shot number 2. Shot number 2, I play 10% at minimum. You can see here that I'm very, very close to absolute minimum distance. I go ahead and play at absolute minimum distance anyways. Reason being, we're getting a nice little tailwind push here, almost perfect tailwind. So I'm pretty good with this adjustment. I'm using a couple bars of backspin, 2 bars of backspin. But I think I change it, and I do. I go 2.5 back because the green was a little glitchy. It still is glitchy, but now I push it up here to where the ball guideline becomes more flat and stays stable. I do have a little bit of my ball guideline through the back of the cup. Dead center, hole-in-one for the eagle. This brings us on to hole number 2. Now, the thing about this tournament is, here's how we're going to win the tournament, okay? We got to get the drops on hole 1 and hole 8. Those are the eagles you can pick up. All the par 3s are able to get a hole-in-one. I pick up 2 hole-in-ones on these par 3s, and we leave this one right at pin. I'm playing this one 25% at max, and we'll kind of just go through the numbers here. So when we take a look at the app, we got a power 1 ball. I don't ever do the I'm playing a power 1 but playing power 3 settings. But I am playing this one at max distance. I took a couple balls to practice, and I tried playing it at medium distance, which is what we're really at, but we're missing heavy to the left-hand side. So 25% power 1 ball at max is an 8.7 ring pull. What you're going to see here, I apply my backspin first, so about 2.8 back, ball guideline to the hole, dead center, a little bit past the cup. Here we're going to pull those rings. So 8.7 rings, normal shot, perfect ball. And boy, oh boy, do we just roll the cup here very close. So, if anything, I would hate to add more elevation to the hole. And the reason that I don't want to do that is because of this. Let's just say we keep the 25%, but we bump it up 5 more to 30. Now we're going to be pulling, like half a ring more. I think at that point we would over pull. So all I would suggest doing is, instead of aiming dead center, let's go ahead and put this one in the cup, but let's favor the right-hand side of the cup. A little bit tricky on that one, but I think it'll work out. This one's going to be a no moving target. We're going to go 10%, and then we are going to push back up to max. Yes, we do need to pull our rings here because we are getting a flicker of crosswind from left to right. So we need to pull our rings to be accurate. I know that I said no moving target, and then you see me moving my target, but we do need to go no moving target. Here's my 10% pull. I flip the camera around on this angle, and then I push it back to max. It just helps me a little bit on this hole. And we've played this hole with the tailwind the exact same way in tournaments past. We don't mess with the target. We don't mess with any spin. We just pull our rings, push back up to max. And you're going to see here, let's look at this again because this is a very important hole. You're going to see a lot of people really mess this one up. Take a look at the OP that I use. We're going with half a ball of overpower, okay? Perfect ball, which is nice. And we go and we go. We even leave fairway here to mess with, but we're okay. Shot number 2 is going to be played with a big dog or your Cataclysm. I don't know why I had a big dog in my bag. That's really weird because I never play with it. I always play with my Cat on Pro, so I'm not even sure how that thing got in there. But let's go ahead and take a look at the shot. You're going to see here we don't have to do anything fancy because our ball guideline is really nicely onto the green. No overpower, normal shot, perfect ball. And we could even use a little bit of backspin here or less topspin, whatever the case may be, just to get our ball to sit even better, but obviously very easy eagle. Okay, hole 4, we're going to play 1-to-1 with our navigator. We're going to start with 1 bar of left side spin, 0.9 bars of top spin. Here we're looking for our red ring at the rough line, but most importantly, when we start to move our red ring around like I am, we are looking for an offset position. Notice here, my ball guideline, let's say that the ball guideline was fully developed, I would visualize this is right on the right edge of the cup. Okay, that's what I would think. It's not aiming in the cup. It's definitely not aiming dead center. We're absolutely favoring the right-hand side here. You see that? That's where we're aiming, right there. Okay. Here we make our pool, like I said, 1-to-1. 6.5 miles an hour is 6.5 rings. Perfect ball. That thing drops basically dead center for another hole-in-one. Hole number 5 here, this is really where I make my first mistake. I still birdie the hole, no problem, but you're going to see my mistake. Here I'm using a quarterback, 3 bars of side spin to the right. I'm going to back my quarterback up to the +2 yard mark just so that I can pull my rings more accurately. Now, if you get hit with more wind, let's say you get 7 mile per hour wind, you're going to need to back up further and use more top spin. All right? So judge that one based off the wind strength. I would assume you could probably play this hole with a rock as well. But for me, I just had replays from tournament past where I've used a quarterback on this hole. So that's just what I went with. Perfect ball, pretty simple here. We land on the fairway, and all we're looking to do is go with a rough bump on hole number 2. But unfortunately, I've switched to the Grizzly because that's been the biggest feedback. Everybody knows I used to play with the Goliath like crazy. Just because of the ring pull, it's less from minimum, mid, and max than a Grizzly is. And somehow this club is in my bag as well. I feel like somebody hacked my account or something. I'm just kidding. But I don't know how this club got back on my bag. But regardless, I'm pulling at minimum distance, 3 top, 2 right. If you'd like to try to duplicate the shot, you can, definitely play with the Goliath because you're going to see we're very close. But, obviously for the accuracy purposes, a lot of people like the Grizzly, so I've solely switched to that club. But here, we hit a perfect ball. We just needed a little bit more top spin, and that ball can definitely be dropped for an eagle with that rough bump, so it gives us a very, very nice opportunity. Again, we're really close to the Goliath, so if you want to duplicate it, just play the Goliath. All right, hole number 6. This is another one that's just going to eat people alive. We're going to go here and play it this way. We're going to go with this Berserker, 6 bars of top spin. Now, even though I have an extra mile 9, I'm not using the benefits of the top spin because I'm scared to roll into the top rough. 6 bars of top spin. Notice the drive here, 10% elevation at max. I am not pushing back up to max. Instead, I'm going with a full overpower, controlled overpower shot. Hit a perfect ball, which is great. We hit one fairway, we hit the second fairway, and we roll up. Now, some of you are going to clip the rough and roll out, which is fine. We just want to make sure we land on this second fairway without rolling too far and going into the rough. That's going to leave us for our Cataclysm shot. Here, we're going to go with max top, max right, okay? And at this point, we're pulling 10% elevation. I'm making sure I'm all the way up at max. And here, I'm going with quite a bit of OP and max curl to the right. We hit another perfect ball. I think I hit every shot perfect in pro today. It's been a long time since I could say that. Hit the fairway, and this is really nice for shot number 3. Now, the one thing I'm going to tell you about shot number 3 is you're going to think this is an easy wedge shot, and it is, okay? It's a full topspin, direct headwind shot. Makes it really nice. But I want you to notice this green has a significant slope from left to right. That is why you're going to see me aim on the left-hand side of the cup. Ball guideline through the hole. But look, I'm aiming left side of the pin. Because look at the slope here. You got to account for that. Perfect ball. And even though we aimed left, we're dead center. So keep that in mind when you go for the eagle shot on hole number 6. Hole number 7, we pick up another hole-in-one. This is, again, a no moving target shot. So we're going to let our target just sit where it's at. And then we pull our rings, of course. One top. Now, the side spin is going to be different, okay, depending on your wind strength and wind angle. On one of my accounts, I had to use half a bar of side spin to the right. On this account, I had to use a little bit less because here's what we're looking for. Right there. We want this ball offset left side of the cup, just like that. Ball guideline even showing short of pin, even in the headwind. But we're making up for that because of this. We're not at max distance, but we're going to play it at absolute max, at 30%. That's why we're leaving it short. We're going to account for that when we pull our rings. Perfect ball. And even though we aimed left, you'll notice here we come in and we hit on the right-hand side of the cup. So maybe even a little bit more offset to the left. That's why I'm saying that right side spin is going to be a little bit different depending on your wind strength. This is a really good opportunity for a hole-in-one, but you're going to have to be really detailed when it comes to this shot to get it to go. This is another one, par 4, gives us a great opportunity for an eagle. I do pick it up on both accounts, and it's one, in my opinion, I think we have to hit every time to win. 6 top, 3 left. Again, I have an extra mile 9, but I'm not using the benefits of it, okay? Keep that in mind when you take a look at this. The reason why is I want to make sure that I'm in thorn range whenever I take shot number 2. Perfect ball. Come up very nicely here, leaving us for shot number 2 with our thorn at absolute minimum distance. So don't push this drive too hard. Don't use a more powerful ball. This is all we need is a katana. Let's just make sure we adjust properly and hit perfect. 0% at minimum. All right. 0% at absolute minimum. Hit the ball perfect. And we are in the hole for another eagle. The ball moves in really slowly, but comes in right of target. So be mindful of that, okay? Actually, I lied. I did not pick this up on both my accounts. I picked it up on one account. I played the first account 10% at minimum, and I missed to the left-hand side. So this one we drop in for an eagle, all right? I just thought about that. Hole number 9, we're wrapping this one up beautifully. Both of my opponents picked up a birdie on this hole. So this is, again, one that's giving people problems. And I find it weird that it's giving people problems because we couldn't ask for better wind. Perfect tailwind, 2 bars of side spin to the left combined with 2 bars of top spin. Now, I am playing this one dangerous. I'm playing this one with my yellow ring at the rough line, leaving myself no wiggle room for a great ball to the left. But it's to me, it's the best way to play this hole in this wind angle. Half a ball of curl to the left. Hey, please subscribe. Please hit the like button. It means a lot to me. It really does, and it helps me out. Get this ball on the fairway for shot number 2. You can see my opponent is in the sand. We're playing with the Cataclysm. Here, we're going to use some top spin combined with 2 bars of side spin to the left. We want our ball guide looking just like this. Bounce 2 on the fairway, and then the next bounce is on the fringe and onto the green, and we roll. Little bit of curl to the left. 1, 2, and it just rolls in beautifully, leaving us for a nice little eagle. Let me know how you do in the comments. I'll see you for the next round. Thank you, everybody.